Alright, so let's talk about the Tower and Inferno, man. Welcome to the Average Josh Podcast. Let's go ahead and get into this fight. Also, go ahead and subscribe down to my channel, man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It should be on this side, maybe on this side. Just hit that. I'm trying to get up to 200 subscribers before the end of the month. But let's go ahead and get into this fight. So, I don't see anyone really talking about this fight. For one reason and one reason only. It's just because Carlos Ocampo, they don't really see it as competitive against Sebastian Fundora. Sebastian Fundora, he might not be as talented as someone like Jermall Charlo, or he might not be as relentless as someone like Castano, but what he does have in his bag is the fact that the dude is 6'5.5" tall. He's basically 6'6" with shoes on. It's unprecedented how big he is. Like, he is a hard out for anyone fighting at 154 pounds. Honestly, it's a miracle that he's even able to make the weight. It's crazy because the fact that he can really drain himself down that low to fit into that weight class shows such incredible amount of self-discipline and dedication that I can't even fathom it. Like, even someone like me, right? I'm 5'7". I weighed myself the other day. Guess how much I weigh? I'm 153 pounds. Look at this, bro. I barely got any fat on me. And this dude outweighs me by damn near a foot. And he's able to shrink down all the way to 154 pounds. And the dude be making weight. It's crazy. So when you have that freaking crazy amount of size and you're as relentless as the Tower and Inferno, then I really don't think there's anything that Carlos Ocampo can do to him. Because I remember when he fought Errol Spence, which is really his only really big fight that he's had against a really elite level opponent. Errol Spence basically dispatched him within the first round. He was going to the body, not really worrying about Ocampo's punching power. And then he tenderized that body, tenderized the ribs enough to the point where the fight was stopped pretty easily. Now that's Errol Spence Jr. And plus it was a few years ago, so I'm not gonna sit here and just act like that the man hasn't improved. I really haven't kept up with his career too much. But the one thing that I can tell you is that going up to 154, having a couple fights and jumping in there with freaking Sebastian, the Tower and Inferno Fundora. God, ugh. I hope the money's worth it, man. I hope they're paying this man enough, because this man, he basically, what he does is crazy. He doesn't even use his big long reach, which I think that's his greatest weakness, the fact that he doesn't use his long reach. That's why it's going to take someone who's incredibly talented either on the outside, or who's incredibly talented on the inside, or maybe has a whole bunch of punching power to really stop this dude. But like I said before, I appreciate any man who's willing to get into the ring and to risk his life for my entertainment and of course money and of course glory. I respect it. But this is not an easy out for him. He hasn't faced any level of competition that even comes close to this since the Errol Spence Jr. fight. I don't really know if he's improved a lot, but to fight Sebastian Fundora, like I said, it's a tough out for anyone, because how do you train for that? How do you train for someone who's basically 6'6", is gonna lean on you all fucking fight, and is just gonna relentlessly just doom, just beat on you? And it's not like Ocampo has some type of crazy massive defense. It's not like he has massive punching power. He is a solid puncher, but he doesn't have one punch knockout power where he's gonna be able to get Fundora out of there. So I just don't know. And the fight that I really do want to see, just because it would just be a crazy matchup to see how that fight would go, would be to see Castano versus Sebastian Fundora. That's the one that everybody's looking for, man. I want to see that more than the Charlo fight. I want to see him fight Charlo. Believe me, I do. So after Charlo fights tszyu, if he's able to beat him, I definitely want to see him fight Fundora next, because Fundora seems to be the biggest challenge at 154, just because his weird fighting style and his just weird fact that he can get down to that low of a weight and be that freaking big, because he's the height of an average heavyweight. In fact, he's taller than a lot of heavyweights. But Yeah, I really want to see him fight Brian Castano. Could you imagine little Brian Castano? Because Brian Castano's probably about as big as me. You know, he's way more muscular than me, but you know, it's about as tall as me. And Sebastian Fundora is like way up here, and the dude's just just coming at him, man. Haven't seen anything like that since, you know, Mike Tyson was dominating the heavyweight division as far as like size disparities and guys really going in there like that. So honestly, I would absolutely love to see it. That would just be a crazy matchup. And I don't even know if I could give it to Brian Castano, just because the last fight that he had with Charlo, he was pretty much underwhelming. And I don't know if I can give it to Sebastian Fundora, because, you know, you never know. Once he fights a guy at that level, he could wilt. But I have the I pretty much have confidence that he could put up a very, very good fight against Brian Castano. But I would have to maybe watch some more film on them and see how this next fight goes with Ocampo to really make a decision on who I think would win that fight. It would just be interesting, since the people are going to lose money, because there's going to be a lot of people who says that he's overhyped and he's absolutely going to lose to Brian Castano, and he might end up winning. And there's a lot of people who underestimate him and think he's going to get washed by Brian Castano. So I can see the betting just going anywhere and people losing money. But of course, Vegas, the house, is always going to win. But yeah, can't wait to see it, man. Got some exciting stuff coming up today, you know, even though we don't get to see the Conor Ben versus Chris Eubank Jr. fight. But that's all I gotta say about that, man. Just looking forward to seeing the Tower Inferno and Ocampo go at it today. Hopefully it's more entertaining, and it's because my prediction, just to put it straight, I think he's gonna get Ocampo out of there by the 5th round. 5th round knockout. Cause like I said, he just has that type of fighting style where he comes forward, he gets hit a lot. And that type of fighting style, he's just basically just gonna walk straight into Fundura and play into Fundora's strengths. Cause Fundura, he's an inside fighter. He's probably the tallest inside fighter I've ever seen in my life. It's just weird that he fights that way, but he does, and he makes it effective. But that's all I gotta say about that, man. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he got knocked out or something, because when you're fighting that type of guy, you never really know what's gonna happen. You really don't. There was a time where Erickson Lubin, but you know, he has more punching power than Ocampo, almost got the man out of here, man. So I do not know. I absolutely do not know, but Jesus, I want to find out. And that's all I gotta say about that. I'm out.